vetoes, and then your home team picks the map they want to play from the remaining ones, which is why we have Virtus Pro playing this map. So forgive me, but please continue your point, Daniel.
No, I mean, are we jumping into the pistol here, actually? So we're going to be jumping straight into the match. We got already byali trying to make his way in there. Virtus Pro deflected thus far, but Taz able to find an entry onto Fifflaren. So they are going to be able to get that bomb down soon. So we're going to have Taz here now, trying to recover that bomb. It's going to be Forest, who really locked down that position very, very well. So pretty much a straight-up play on to be there. But just to try to answer very briefly your question, NiP is... Again, I already feel like they're one of the best adaptive teams and at reacting. They have really good reactions and team play within that. So I feel like against Virtus Pro, they are going to be able to do a really good job, especially if they apply their Inferno mentality, where they really delay rotations. Because when things get awkward on this map, when you start getting pressured to do these rotations, NiP show great resilience at resisting plays that try to create rotation for the CTs. And that might just be the saving grace for them here, as we'll have to see what their setups are like on the sites. But I do think it'll be a close one, but I still give Virtus Pro the edge. I mean, it's hard not to.
Okay, so it looks like NiP won the pistol and have opted for won the knife and have opted for the CT side here. So in that pistol round, Forest did get a 3-man here. He is quite notorious for his pistol play, so showing them who's boss again in the pistol round. And byali paused the game to pick up some Chinese food, apparently. But you know, he's got his wonton soup, and we're back into the match now with round 2. So let's see if NiP can survive this anti-eco from Virtus Pro.
Versus what?
Look at the top, Virtus Pro.
Virtus Pro.
It's almost like we're Northern.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Yeah.
But we're going to get the B push coming in again with these pistols. Tech 9 actually there on Taz. It's like they're actually going to find some kills. And they're going to make their way into the site. And this should be the bomb plant. And they actually have picked up the weapons. So NiP looking really bad in this round now. Really nice quick entry from Virtus. And he is going to find a very easy kill onto friberg. Get right going to go down as well. So Xizt is, I mean, he's in a really tough spot. Obviously, the best thing he can do now is to pick up some kills. He's got no kit on him. So that's the teammate had one. There's really no chance to defuse this. So just going to see what damage he can do. And it's going to be Pasha to find the kill. And they survive with 3 weapons. That was kind of ridiculous. That was just... It's not like they're doing something special. They're just running at the site and winning right now. Yeah,
they just safety. You know, this is a map where it's quite a large map and has long rotations. So they just played the numbers game there. Did Virtus Pro, and it worked out in their favor. I mean, we've seen them do crazy things on ecos, especially on Cash yesterday with that 1 AWP buy with an eco for the rest of the team. So you may see more of that kind of play today. But here's an aggressive position from Get Right in mid, who's going to try and get close to someone and find some heads to pop. It will be Pasha just playing a bit of a passive angle here on mid for the time being. Got to be careful now that it's the other team on the eco.
This is a very typical opening here. Is we do see the frags coming in for Virtus Pro, and NiP did invest in quite a lot of money in this round. That we saw lots of pistols, lots of armor, even the Kevlar helmet there for Fifflaren. So this is kind of a big loss if they aren't able to do at least any damage. They do take a frag onto one player, and Forest is going to find himself the scout there. So let's see what he's able to pull off with it. It's going to be Patcher here through the smoke, and there is the connection with their head. So going to swap that weapon out. So that's kind of a nice result there. But he's going to have to go and just play very defensively with that now. Fifflaren looking for something with his P250 armor, but oh, if he can recover that weapon, that's going to be the mission for Fifflaren now. Ooh, not able to do it. Snax going to take him down, and NiP looking quite bad now ever since that first round victory. Virtus Pro just putting on the Virtus plow quite literally in some of these rounds. Yeah,
this is a very common pick, a very common map pick for Virtus Pro, and I think they do love to pick it against NiP especially as well. But obviously Virtus Pro also dangerous on Mirage, which was almost definitely going to be one of NiP's vetoes here, and then possibly, I don't know if they'd veto Dust 2 against Virtus Pro. What do you think?
I don't think so, no. They've shown they do enjoy playing Dust 2 quite a lot. And once again, Virtus Pro, they just hit the site hard and boom. NiP just died. It's like, we're not seeing anything particularly impressive or advanced. No, Virtus Pro moving into the site, as a unit, and then taking it, and then making frags, and then winning the round. That's just what's happening round after round right now. And NiP obviously haven't been really on any buys so far, and their full buy round has been delayed until what should be the next round because of the weird way the start went, and also the investment that they made the previous round. So NiP looking to bring things back into their hands on the following round. And Virtus.pro, I do wonder actually, I mean, he does have FAMAS, he probably saved up quite a lot of cash, as he's had that since the second round now. So I imagine Neo's going to pick up an AWP, and we're going to see that contestation for middle. CT side does have a better timing on middle, a little bit like Cash, but it's only ever so slight. So we'll have to see if they try to use that or if they just give it up entirely. And they should be afraid of middle, I think, right now against Virtus.
Okay, so again, we can see some of the NiP players giving up their helmets to get some grenades in the bag, but their helmets won't be so necessary. Although that said, Neo and Snax do have CT rifles, so that will make a difference if they meet the helmetless Ts. And there is going to be a boost on the A bomb site as we have potentially a fast push here from Virtus.pro, which may slow down a bit for the time being. Just taking up positions around the sites, and then they'll try and get a pick here.
Yeah, they're just coordinating this properly. They have to wait for those players to get into position on the ground, and byali's taking his time to really get into a forward position. Just checking all the angles carefully. In go the smokes, and in goes the push once again. And so far, these two players have been working, but they have Xizt now boosted up in the spot, going to jump down after the frag, and finds himself actually getting taken out. But they are doing very well on the trades here, and it's just Neo remaining. And Neo does manage to find himself a kill and get right. Any economic damage here is fantastic. NiP looking so bad on the money. And you know, Neo didn't opt for an AWP that round. He wanted to just go for the super economic play by just being forced into the position where he would buy it. But it looks like actually, you know, pasha's going to pick up the AWP. And Pasha and Neo are the AWPers. Usually, I would like, personally, Neo on the AWP more on the T side. But Pasha is also quite the beast.
Yeah, he's always mid with his AWP on this map. And we'll see if he can get a pick here. Looking at the money very quickly, it is a similar situation to what we saw yesterday, where it was kind of broke every round for these players. So get right will be Pasha's opposite for the beginning of this round, and we are getting some aggressive pushes potentially here from NiP, just firing through the smoke, warding off the terrorist in the general area. So Pasha taking some shots. Will wallbang get right down to 19 HP, which will make him a bit more passive for the time being, as Pasha is joined by Neo and Snax.
So they are making their way up middle now, and we're going to see Get Right get smoked off there. So, oh, and a flash as well. So they're going to start figuring out what's going to happen. And we see Virtus.pro readying up for this really crazy A split, and they've got two players in middle actually denying the rotation too. So this is really tough times for NiP. They're going to have to hold really strong on the sites. Xizt going to have to make some great shots here.
And the flank is coming in here from Neo, so the pincer movement is real, and NiP not really sure where the bomb is at the moment. You can see there's two people on the B bomb site, not really sure what's happening. So Taz going for the wallbangs there, where he was taken out by Xizt in the previous round, and friberg can be the only man standing on this, as he is facing 3 terrorists at the same time. They will take him down and clear the site. The bomb is going to go down, but Get Right could get there just in time. Does get the head of byali, and it's going to be Snax versus 2. He is not going to know where the other player is, and as you can see on the radar, it is going to be a crossfire here from Ninjas in Pyjamas.
Snax does get one, but there is still Fifflaren coming around from shorties. Got the pace on, got those Nikes on. Gonna throw that flashbang around. He knows the position, gonna try to turn the angle. Does find himself the kill, and Fifflaren is gonna save the round here for NiP. And a very timely round to find that save, as NiP are starting to come across some momentum here as they get 2 in a row, and Virtus's money starts to diminish as NiP starts to grow. And as the CT side here, you really want to get as many rounds as possible. You want to get like at least 6 or 7, and that's like an amazing result. Something like 5 is you're pretty happy with. It's a pretty T-sided map, generally speaking, and we're going to see Get Right going with that AWP now.
You can see they don't really have a dedicated AWPer per se on the NiP side, so when they do have an AWP, they generally play the spawns. So you can see Get Right was the closest to mid in that situation, and he did have the AWP thrown to him, but he won't have anyone facing him just yet. Virtus.pro will be aware that he's probably picked up the, or someone has probably picked up the AWP, so they'll be a bit tentative in the mid area for the time being. You can see there's an aggressive position here from NiP on A, so they'll have the information that the Ts are going to be around the B bomb site for the time being.
Does it look like Xizt is making himself A very nice little push on the ground, going to find byali, but Virtus.pro ready to deal with this. And they are still holding on to their positions, very defensively so, as they just use the time as best they can to try to force out something more from NiP, who on the desperation might just go for another information play, as did Xizt. But so far it is Virtus.pro now, beginning as the time runs out to make their move towards that B bomb site. We are seeing Fifflaren could make the most timely of peaks here to cause problems for Virtus.pro, and the problem will just begin at snax, but it's going to be that does finish him off, and they make their way into the bomb site off the frag, and it is a good defense from f0rest getting 1 kill, but in fact maybe it's not quite good enough. Going to see the bomb get planted down now as the get right does come in from the top with that AWP, perhaps something that he may want to save at this point, as Virtus.pro have 3 players left alive with those AKs, and certainly they are quite dangerous.
Yeah, so Get Right's going to have difficulty finding someone here, and it may be a save for him, but the flank again is real here from pasha. So Virtus.pro slowly eliminating the possible angles, and pasha going to look for an exit frag here on Get Right. Maybe even turn into a trade frag if he lands the shot, but it's pasha who takes it in the leg, and Neo who does get the actual kill there for Virtus.pro. So that's going to be the AWP back in Virtus.pro's hands. We'll save them a bunch of money, and the NiP side are going to be forced into an eco here. We've got 3 players with $1,500, one with just over 3.5, and f0rest with 2,400. We've seen, even on these pistol rounds, dangerous things can happen, so Virtus.pro will need to be careful here. As they probably expect that there's going to be an eco here from NiP, and they aggressively take middle, see that nobody's there, and have 4 people around the A bomb site at the time being. But you can see NiP packing up with 3 people here, going for safety numbers.
Nice things there on the pads as they make their way in. Will be a pretty easy entry, couple entries so far. Fifflaren is going to come in from the side. They do have NiP players all arriving on the scene, but looks like it's not. Oh dear, snax finds himself the knife on Get Right, as f0rest does come in from the top. And certainly f0rest is not going to find all that much there, as we do see a very, very easy cleanup of the eco there for Virtus.pro, as NiP now scrap together a buy, and it is looking very weak, very limited on grenades. One would expect perhaps to see something a little bit unorthodox from them here to make up or compensate for the lack of grenades.
Okay, so we've got an aggressive position here in mid from Get Right. Going to try and get an early pick. That smoke is going to help him get closer to this T side. We'll see if he can pick the right time to push through that smoke when the Ts go past, should they choose to do so. We've got an aggressive position here again on the A-bomb side from NiP, with friberg and Xizt waiting to greet Virtus.pro with open arms. And f0rest is going to find a frag in mid. So Get Right's position may still be unknown here for Virtus.pro. You can see that pasha is peeking around with his AWP, and the frag is coming in thick and fast all over the map at the moment. B-bomb site is cleared, which is going to force f0rest to rotate towards it. The bomb could drop here though if pasha is not careful.
Get Right in a very good position, as pasha does make his way across mid for short. He gets spotted now by Get Right as the bullets do rain in, but Get Right will fall back for now, as pasha is very, very aware of this position. Let's drop the bomb there as he goes for the peek towards short. We do have Xizt on that close range angle to stop them making their way up short, and there's more NiP players where that came from though. Xizt going to drop the bomb, and we do have pasha making his way in, doesn't even know which way to look, and it's going to be NiP with 2 easy kills, and they only lost Fifflaren on that round as they easily cleaned that one up. Kind of, I don't know. I mean, Virtus.pro didn't seem to get into the positions in time, and NiP were just 1 step ahead.
Okay, so you can see the back and forth is real here. NiP 4 Virtus.pro 5. The money again is looking sparingly. These teams are fairly even here at the moment, and we've seen a lot of clutch games recently between the FACEIT League and SLTV, and we may be seeing that here. But it is still early days here in this match, round 10 of a possible 30. We do have overtime in the FACEIT League, MR5, so more carnage can ensue if necessary.
It is very slow now to begin with this one. We see both teams contesting for position, and f0rest tries to win that battle, that duel over by the vents, he will actually end up losing that one now. So he's not going to feel too confident to reinforce get right on middle. As we do get the frag aggressively coming in from Xizt towards short. He's going to fall back onto the site now. And it does look to be the case that Virtus Pro are going to be ready to move, or rather make a move right now. And it's Neo going into the vents. They know Forest was actually quite tagged down in that area, so they're going to try to take control of it. But Neo's going to get taken out. And Forest certainly doing much more than perhaps he had ever any right to. As we see byali picking up a bit of an entry there onto Xizt. And it's like their pace is still quite slow. There's 30 seconds left now though, so NiP are looking for that committed play. They are so ready at the moment. You can see friberg there at the back of the site, outside of secret. Let's see now if friberg's going to be able to do this. He's pretty much going to be alone to begin with. In fact, Forest is coming around from the side, but he is still smoked off, so friberg doesn't even get that crossfire really just yet. And it's going to be Forest and friberg to get 2 kills. byali left now. He is going to go down as well, and NiP are just... They are just winning these like little battles of attrition, and we saw that Virtus Pro were forced by the time. So great patience there from the Swedes.
Yeah, I'm curious to see if Virtus Pro go for some kind of force fire here, or if they choose to go for a full eco. They've got a mixture. Yeah, they are going to go for the force fire indeed. Managed to get 3 AKs out of it. Got a helmets here and there. Only Patch is in fact going to be without the helmet. And Taz just rocking the Deagle. And we saw what Taz could do with Deagle yesterday actually, and Get Right as well. So these players also dangerous with the pistols. An aggressive position again, straight out into mid. So NiP are potentially expecting the eco here, but these guns may come as a surprise.
The event's going to find himself Get Right, and he does work his way towards middle now. Xizt though, that is a good position, isn't it? Pasha going to be caught completely off guard here, as he does make the frag there. And now they struggle because they are forced into B. There's 4 players left. They don't really have much in the way of grenades, and they've already lost middle. So NiP taking control early of this round. But Neo actually wants to see if he can actually wrap around middle towards B, as that would certainly increase the chances of this being on. And Fifflaren already with a quick kill there. And then backing away. NiP slowly figuring things out now. They spot Neo. That's a complete giveaway as to what's going on now with Virtus Pro. As Taz gets spotted and the bullets come in. And it's Taz to get taken down by Fifflaren as well for the double. As we do now have byali just trying to see what he can get done here. Does have full health more or less. So it's very possible for him to do some damage at the very least. And NiP is certainly susceptible to do some damage on the economy. Definitely don't want to be rebuying at this point.
byali will slow things down here to put some doubt in the eyes of NiP. Make his presence known on the bomb site. We'll get 1, but won't manage to get the 2nd. So worth him just being quiet there for a few seconds to put doubt in the eyes of NiP. Maybe he's going forward or rotate towards A. Long as it is, probably had time to do it. So it wasn't facing 4, but more Wraith facing 2. Was a crossfire position, so he managed to get 1, but the trade frag did come in. And it's going to be 6-5. NiP taking the lead now.
It's the Scar on middle.
You have a Scar song?
Yeah.
I'm learning so much about you, DDK.
It's like a little, what are they called, jingle? You're gonna make a jingle when the Scar comes into play. It's the Scar on middle.
My Scar is called Blat, Blat, Blat.
I don't know why I started singing, honestly. I think Delirium is setting in early today.
Oh, that's really early, man. We've got 6 games to do here. So I can't imagine what it's going to be like later on.
It's the throat lozenges, man. I don't know what they put in those things.
It was pretty bad yesterday, but who knows what could happen today. I mean, we've got grenades on the table. You know, things could get explosive. Anyway. Tentative games here. Nobody wants to face mid and...
I mean, in Virtus Pro, they're in this position, right, where they're like, well, we're pretty much dead meat if we actually try to push together onto a site. So maybe if we just wait long enough, someone from NiP will push, you know, and make an error. Because that's a mistake at this point. They're basically waiting for a mistake from NiP, but NiP are not making a mistake by pushing them. And now Virtus Pro, with not a huge amount of time left, they're finally deciding, okay, you know, well, enough's enough. We waited for quite a while, but it's time to push and subsequently die, and that's exactly how things went. So NiP played that round absolutely perfectly, but we do have the Scar still, forget, right? And he's got a Molotov too. There's quite a few Molotovs, or incendiary. They're called incendiaries on the counter-terrorist side. I mean, why do they call them different things. I know that they are essentially the same thing, and it is an incendiary grenade, and it's literally a Molotov for the T's, but
that might be why.
That's probably why, isn't it?
Yeah, probably why. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm so smart. I just answered my question.
I don't think we should get a Molotov in the studio. That might be a step too far.
We can get an incendiary grenade,
I think we should keep it to pins. Incendiary grenade kind of worries me as well, if I'm going to be totally honest.
Why?
I don't know. I think me plus incendiary grenade equals bad things.
Well, Fifflaren might just be in for some bad times here. He's got lots of players from Virtus Pro on the approach very rapidly, but that flash did slow them down somewhat, but he gets nothing. And we're going to see Virtus Pro making their way in. Now, get right. Let's take down Taz with the Scar. And look at that. That's it's like a metronome. That's the tapping of the Scar there.
Yeah.
And we're going to have friberg coming in now from the bomb, but it's snax behind the smoke. Like a ninja just sitting there. Forrest, look at this. It's far everywhere. It's like they just walked into 7th plane of hell right now. Just everything is alight. So you do get NiP slowly successful on these frags, and they do actually get all the kills, preventing the bomb from going down as well. And Get Right keeps his Scar, which is more or less the most important thing, right?
Do you think NiP are angry after losing yesterday?
I don't know, but they do seem to take a lot of rounds in a row, don't they?
Yeah, I mean, they're doing really well here at the moment, and I'm really excited because we're going to have NiP again versus Titan later on today. I think it's about 10 PM CEST, and I think that's going to be a heated match.
NiP Titan.
Yeah. But for the moment, it's NiP versus Pro, and NiP are in the lead 8-5. 2 quick picks, though, for Virtus Pro. Fifflaren and Xizt going down is going to make it a 2-man advantage to Virtus Pro. That's going to make it 3. Great flash there through the smoke from pasha.
This is unlucky for NiP, because they went for a very quick risk. You're going to see some trades coming in, so they're actually going to put it to a 2 versus 3, so that's something. But they went for the risk. They've been very passive every single round. This round, they went like all guns blazing, very aggressive. I'm going to see friberg making his way in short there. Does get taken out, and Get Right switched up the Scar for the AK. So here he goes. Going to find his first combatant. Okay, we're going to go with the pop flash, going to make his way in. And it's going to be the spray down. And he does manage to get the head of snax there, so that's...
He is the spray master, let's
certainly good news. And there's still 2 players to find. There's still time, I think, and he's got a kit, so all that incendiary for the back of the site. In fact, the timer is running down quite quickly at this point.
This isn't matchmaking, buddies.
And another incendiary tossed. Fortunately for him, he did actually not get the correct position. Guessing right there, but Get Right does get taken down in the end. But yeah, I feel like that was a really cool round from NiP, but I really feel like they just got a little bit unlucky.
Yeah, only byali did manage to survive the bomb, taking out his teammate there. But it is the last round, so it will only matter so much. But it does matter because snax only has a CZ75. No AK for him, not even a Galil. So that will be a small advantage in the early stages of this round here for NiP having 5 rifles versus 4. So let's see what kind of push we have here from Virtus Pro. Again, we've got aggressive positioning here from NiP on the B-bomb site. And that spray will take up for us, but Fifflaren gets the trade frag, and that will retain control. But we have 3 people in mid here for Virtus Pro. We'll see if Get Right can take any of them out. That's a quick headshot there on Neo, and a second one to follow up. The bomb is still in control of Virtus Pro, and they know where Get Right is, and they're hunting him. They've got the Molotov down. They're going to force Get Right to get out there. He's going to disappear and emerge somewhere else. And Xizt is holding the angle here on the A-bomb site, as byali is going to do a timely flank, potentially. Bomb still in no man's land at the moment in mid. We have the CTs trying to cover both sites, and Xizt will take out pasha. And byali will take out friberg, so still more uncertainty as they don't know where snax is. But we're going to see the crossfire coming into the A-bomb site here.
Snax. Quick kill onto Xizt there. That's going to be an easy take to the site. So we do move 2 on 2. Get Right moving in quite quickly. But his teammate Fifflaren is very far away, but he's a bit too far away. Get Right kind of has to act here. The timer is ticking down. So they got to gain something already.
Oh, that's nice.
And he does actually... might just find snax there. Does take a few bullets onto snax. Minimal damage done here as he goes in. Fifflaren going from defuse. Get Right going to have to secure this. Fifflaren coming off the defuse to find the kill, and that's actually perfect there, as they do manage to get the defuse. So NiP, they had a terrible start to the game, and then they did what we saw them do recently, which is just take ridiculous amounts of rounds in a row. And they brought themselves to a 9-6 scoreline. That actually puts NiP in a favorable spot to win the match.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a really good showing there from NiP, and looks like they could be back to winning ways here in this first match of today's proceedings. So we will see what they choose to do. They've got 3 Kevlars here on the T side, and it looks like they're going to go straight for an A bomb site play. Not going to just going to have Xizt here in mid, looking for a potential flank, and pasha doing the same, just covering the angles.
I think in this update they made the minimap smoother. All the little dots moving on the minimap that represent players looks really smooth now. That's just a random thing I just noticed. I actually spend a lot of time looking at that, so...
I did notice that I'm connecting to servers a lot faster now. I'm not waiting like 5 minutes.
Well, it's like NiP happy to wait here to...
Virtus.pro seem to be playing the retake here. They're not standing on the site, but kind of just around the perimeter. They've got 3 people here. They will see that smoke coming in. That will take a few seconds to bloom. Just going to tap through the smoke for the time being. And again, you can see, look at the Virtus.pro positions on the radar. They're just going to wait for all their home bees to come in and go for the retake together.
This is really nice because they get the 5-on-5 essentially, as opposed to the 5-on-2 or 3. So this is pretty smart. The only problem is that they sacrifice being against the clock. And we're going to see how well they do now. We do have Neo in with 2 of his teammates from one angle here from CT Spawn, already taking all the entries. Virtus.pro looking really good now. And in fact, Fifflaren goes down, and Xizt now is the last guy standing. That bomb is being defused. There's like nothing Xizt can do about this. And they didn't lose a single man. That was fast, furious, and mighty fine from Virtus.pro.
Yeah, that's great play. That was a full 5-man retake, 5 versus 5, and they didn't drop a single player there. So excellent, excellent strategy there from Virtus.pro.
So that's something people should copy for sure. That's really nice.
Yeah, you can see why they picked this map. They've drilled it in that from the pistol round onwards, as you can see from what we just saw there. So great play by Virtus.pro, and great confidence to retake the site there like that. I mean, that smoke was critical. That made it so much easier for them to kind of just emerge from the corner to the site with significant cover. So good strats there from VP.
Obviously, though, NiP with a low investment here as they're going up for the buy for the following round. So they're ready to just get the round over with a quick explosive play towards the B bomb site as soon as they decide that the smoke, it's time to go in, which is when the smoke dissipates. It's going to be boom in the site, and snax might just find himself a lot of eco kills in that P90. And comes Neo from the back, so making himself a few. And so snax sprays him down as well, and pretty easy there for Virtus, as one would expect. But one quick point that I want to bring up is when it comes to maps like this, it can be very similar to Cache, where it seems like it should be, particularly T-sided here, and it's particularly CT-sided on Cache, but the side that's poorer really comes down to having like a really sick understanding of the maps and the strategy. And NiP, sometimes I wonder about their T-sides a little bit. They have good thinking going behind a lot of their T-sides, but I'm not seeing these awesome consistent strategies that we're seeing out the French teams at the moment from NiP.
Yeah, the French teams are definitely some of the teams who are leading the way in a kind of strategic charge, which is changing this game week by week, basically. So you could argue that there is some catching up to be doing from some other teams here.
Yeah, I feel like, well, actually, I'll hold this for, go back to this later, as we are seeing NiP readying up for a bit of a push here. And you can see that they haven't created threat on any other of the parts of the map, and Neo's already up in middle, and Virtus.pro could react to this very quickly, as he could come back and flank them as they move in for the rush on short. And this is primarily just because NiP haven't been forcing the players back in middle before going for this play. In they come though, and we're going to see the frags coming in for Taz. A nice little double, byali there to support him as he goes down. And we see NiP unable to really break the site, and of course Neo coming in on the middle in a very good position, and it's it just all went very well there for Virtus.pro. But the bomb will still go down, but friberg has 1 point of health, so I don't much favour his chances here, to say the least.
He's playing positions where only his head is exposed, but the numbers game will be too much, and snax will take him out. They're going to look for some guns, it seems, while they defuse the bomb, so just checking for any AKs that are around, but it doesn't seem there are. So they'll be with their M4s and going to drop the P90. So it's 9-9 now, and Virtus.pro looking strong on the CT side here, as expected. This is one of their favourite picks, especially against NiP, so We'll see. It may be an uphill struggle here for NiP. They're going to go for the eco here. friberg's got the Huandig. So we'll see if he can connect with any faces. Flashes himself into mid. He's going to be up against more than one person at the same time here. And it's not going to happen for him on this occasion, as we do have the NiP side spread out at the moment. The bomb rotating towards the B bomb site here. And there's only going to be one person defending at the moment, but Virtus.pro have a sixth sense, and they're putting 3 on A for the time being, so we will see if the rotate comes in. Yes, the Neo coming to support.
Snax running out of bullets even, and we're going to have all these kills rattling in, and Get Right and Xizt are left. Can they get the bomb down? That's really the goal. Xizt just has to try to get this kill to stop that. Oh, the denial does happen regardless, and Virtus.pro do end up taking that round. So it is a pretty well played defense there. I think it was they had just one man there who basically was tasked to hold against 5 players and just delay long enough for his teammates to get in. And he managed to succeed, and we're going to have the 10-9 scoreline coming in, as we do see the full buy from both sides. No AWPs in play at all, and pasha moving close here on middle, as the CTs do smoke things off and try to get themselves quite close to middle so they can react quick to A and quick to B. And let's see what they can find here. Is I think they did just barely spot Forest there in underground. And it is Get Right moving through vents and Xizt very close on middle. So Virtus.pro and NiP might just end up clashing here on middle, and this could be a very decisive moment in the round.
So there are lots of...
Oh, nice. Forest, he might just... Oh, he gets taken down by Taz. So good defense, but lots of pressure now coming in, and all these frags on middle. It's Virtus.pro who are... Oh, but there comes the response. They're looking good at the beginning, but now NiP hold on to middle, but they have 30 points of health combined. And they do have 50 seconds, so that is some time to work with. And they can try to play for the 2 versus 1, but this is going to be very, very precarious now for NiP on such low health. They cannot put a foot wrong.
That is a foot wrong, unfortunately. Again, Fifflaren, last man standing here. He should be able to plant the bomb unless Taz puts himself in a favourable position. There are 20 seconds remaining here, and Fifflaren will give his position away with that smoke. See, Taz has detected it here, so we'll see if Fifflaren does get taken out. No, he's not going to shoot in the right place, but Fifflaren's going to have to go huge here if he is to clutch this round. It is possible. Does have the AK. If he connects with one head, then it's going to be a 50-50 here. Taz only with 46 HP. They do have the smoke stove for a smoke diffuse, and it looks like they are going to go for it. Trying to search for the bomb in the smoke, it seems.
Fifflaren is going to have to make a peek eventually, and as that defuse comes in, as there's a 1-on-2, and he's got to make the kill. Simple as that, and it's going to be snax that wins the duel, and we are going to get the defuse here for Virtus.pro, as they do make their way towards a lead here on the scoreboard, but it is very close, and NiP on the money, still looking quite good as well. So both teams still looking for that economic control. And we haven't seen very big buys from either side. We're not really seeing any of the big weapons, no scars or orbs or anything like that. And Virtus.pro is so comfortable with that style of play. And we'll have to see how they played this round. I'd like to see some aggression on B or something. They haven't mixed a lot of that in just yet.
All the nades coming in on the B site to shut out NiP. However, Forest will find byali on the A site, so that's going to stretch Virtus.pro a bit. This is very early into the round here, so they're going to have to make a decision as to where they put their bodies now.
Yeah, instead of going for the B aggression, they went for the A aggression. Unfortunately, they did not really get much from it. They got a lot of damage onto Forest. He's on 8 health now, as we do see. NiP slowly taking some real estate here. They've got middle, and they do have Fifflaren pushed all the way to B. Fifflaren actually is serving as quite an effective scout at the moment. He's seen absolutely nothing, and he's almost on the B bomb site. Virtus.pro have kind of committed themselves to this A site, and friberg is increasing the threat level towards A, and that's really going to keep Virtus.pro in place for quite a while as the bomb does ferry itself over towards B. So this is perfect here for NiP. Very well done so far.
We'll see if friberg manages to find anyone. If he delves too deep, he may find himself in waters he can't swim out of, as he will be surrounded by 3 people from different directions. And there come the frags, and we may see a faster push here from NiP, as Virtus.pro realise that there's no one else there with friberg, and they start to rotate towards the B bomb site.
And it looks like Virtus.pro might have just bought themselves enough time with a quick kill onto friberg. Already seeing a couple kills coming in before that bomb can get planted. Get right. Does get a single frag onto Pasha. It's going to come out with some more though, and he won't. It's going to be down to Xizt now. He had to just get the bomb down barely. And NiP had such a good round, but I mean, they could never know that there was no one in the site. They could never know that. They had to do the slow walk.
Yeah, they have to be very, very careful. And you've got to expect, even with an early pick, the CTs, as we saw so many times yesterday, especially on Inferno, they're going to have 2 people on either site there. But Virtus Pro now 3 rounds up against NiP. NiP are able to buy.
Maybe the only way they could have saved that was to have 2 committed to the fake on A.
It's hindsight, really.
Or you know, to create a continued threat level. Yeah, I'm just trying to think how they could maybe have created a stronger play there. But you know, into the next round now, and all hindsight aside, as we have Neo coming up towards the vent exit on middle, and once again, Virtus Pro playing very close to the positions of NiP, trying to get those fast responses and information in.
Again, Virtus Pro keeper charging up mid and taking over at the beginning of each round, and it is a very powerful position as we can see here from Neo, but if he looks around the corner at the wrong time, he may get sniped by one of the NiP players here on the other side of mid. And he's going to hear them running around as well.
We see the CT spawn smoke being lined up there by Squeaky Door, and this is going to, of course, allow that A-flip to come in, but Neo's already spotted this, and Virtus Pro already rotated a man over. They've left one on B just to be safe. But still, Virtus looking good. They know what's up, more or less, and we have the full rotation coming in. But it's down to those entries, and Forest does get himself one. friberg is in onto byali, and that's going to put serious issues in here for Virtus Pro, as this round is completely lost now. 5 men after plant against the 2. And Virtus, they should still have enough money, I think, for a buy. Let's have a look at the money real quick. Yeah, okay.
Well,
they're
12K,
they are fine. Yeah, 8K, 12K. It's
the drops will be coming in thick and fast here. They still have a 2 rounds advantage, and again, you can see NiP's money. They will win this round, which will put some money in the bank, and they will survive with 4 players, which is also very, very key. Only one will need to rebuy. Other than that, they'll just replenish their nades, which allows them to get some bank, which means they may not necessarily be ecoing for a round or 2 should they lose. But only 2 rounds behind here, round 23 of a possible 30.
Do we see the orbs mixed in? Looks like Virtus decide that is not the plan still, and perhaps this is a read on NiP, because we do see them picking up orbs on Neo and Pasha from time to time.
Yeah, you can see NiP were considering the AWP in the previous round. There was a slow buy from Xizt who had just enough to buy armor and an AWP, but opted against it in the end. Now we've got an aggressive position here. Virtus Pro trying to change things up and doing what they're famous for with their aggression from the CT side. Forest going for picks here. We'll face 2 and back off. Can he get away in time? Looks like he can. So they'll be that out of action for a while. But the flank's coming in from friberg.
There goes the Molotov into the back as the frag is picked up by friberg. And they do make their way into the occupation of that bomb site as Virtus Pro lie behind the smokes, isolated from that site. It's going to be Pasha to spray through to find friberg. That's going to even things up now thanks to Forest though, as we have a really good situation for NiP post-plant. The Molotov down still, hindering the approach in here for Virtus, and Forest going to find himself number 2 now, as we are seeing this attempt on into the bomb site, and it's just taking too long, too many losses. Pasha, snax, no health left at all to play with, and it should be a simple cleanup here for Fifflaren. Actually, there is some time here to find the defuse. He's going to hold. He's going to go for the hold. Oh no, just taken off at the last moment, but I don't think he has time.
He's got time. He's done it. Oh,
no, he hasn't got time.
Oh, facepalm. That was so close.
Yeah, that was really close. That's why I was surprised that he took off there. That was so marginal. But yeah, I mean that was pretty tight. I was surprised that Virtus Pro were able to get into the site in the end. NiP made a really good entry, a few entries there, and Forest was really locking things down, and they kept delaying them with grenades. They really did a good job, but Virtus on these retakes, man, sometimes they are just beast.
Quick peek from Pasha just to get some information there. The loss of that round by a whisker has broken the Virtus Pro economy, as you can see here. So this is a very critical round for both teams. In fact, again, We saw this in a lot of matches yesterday. Just the economy being broken for both teams all the time. You know, very critical rounds again and again and again. And here is one more, as there's only one round standing between these two teams at the moment.
And already, frags coming in for NiP 3 at once, and Virtus Pro Taz coming in for the frag onto friberg. There is Xizt there in the distance, but Taz going to have to hold position for now because there are too few players for Virtus Pro on this defense. In comes Fifflaren, and there he goes. Snax does get the frag now as things all rest on Snax as he goes back to middle. And he's going to hear the traffic towards the A bomb site as he does hear that bomb plant situation. Going to make his way around the top. We can see how heavily fortified it is up here in the A site. It's almost like a little cutscene before, you know, in like a single player game, before you go in and try to dismantle the defense and get the objective done. But unfortunately for Snax, it's looking a little bit too difficult, and he's going to just settle on those exits for now. Comes Forest though, and here is the first challenge for Snax, and he will defeat Forest. But there's two more where that came from.
Will he die to the bomb here?
I don't think he will. Oh, it does take a big chunk of damage, and that's enough to boxed in by NiP. Well played to them. And so the game does get tied up once again. Virtus Pro perhaps seeing far more resistance than they first imagined against NiP.
Snax on 27 kills, far and above anybody else on this server right now for either team. So considering the score, he's been really putting in work for his team here. So, you know, kind of evenly spread around the NiP side for the time being. And again, we have this aggressive push down mid. Just instant control for half the map for Virtus Pro. Unfortunately, they've only got one person on a B bomb site, and we have the aggressive play here for terrorists coming to take the bomb and plant it on this site. And Snax is going to go down, and we're going to see them speed up on that pick. They might know that Virtus Pro are playing one on B here, and Virtus Pro are going to be well out of position to defend this.
I like how it puts up the little text thing. friberg just saved Forest by killing Snax. That's awesome. That's so cute. Oh, Fifflaren might just get himself some nom-nom eco frags. I don't know why I put nom-nom there, but sometimes it feels like that. Just delicious eco frags. But I'm going to see Pasha now with that AK making his way through the vents. And he might just spot himself and Xizt. And there he goes. Xizt is very wary of this possible attack from the vents, but he's going to force Pasha back. No armor on Pasha, so got to be a little bit careful there. Ooh. Oh, that was close, wasn't it? Pasha does manage to make himself the frag on to get right though, and they're causing all kinds of havoc on these remaining Virtus players, but eventually they will all die, and we will see another round for NiP as we have the buy for Virtus now. But this has got to, they got to come up with something. Oh, there it is, the AWP finally.
Okay, so I think Pasha's going to pick up that AWP. Again, with their aggressive positioning on mid, they're not really seeing any contestation of the area at the beginning of the round. So I do wonder if Pasha's going to stay here or rotate towards the site. Again, you can see 3 people in mid now for Virtus Pro, and a passive position here for Fifflaren, who's going to be the distraction man. We've got Get Right playing the Kaiser Sose position towards B, and then we've got 3 NiP players looking to cause some shenanigans towards A. So I think NiP are just going for pick plays at the moment, just trying to pop heads with the AK and then playing off that. Virtus Pro trying to make a read on where they expect these plays to go. Again, because of the passive play at the beginning of the rounds from NiP, Virtus Pro have pretty much left mid alone this time and gone to stack people on the site. But Fifflaren is going to find information there, just bunny hopping around the middle of the site, making noise and eating all the grass. And there's no response here from the other team, which is going to tell NiP that they might be up to something on the CT side. I
think A is going to be very problematic for NiP. I don't know if they want to hit that, unless they got proper nades. We've got the AWP coming in from Pasha already on that long angle, on the angle towards short rather. And this is very powerful. They don't have the grenades right now to actually deal with Pasha, but it looks like Pasha is going to fall to a grenade, as he does with a couple shots in a row, and that's going to allow NiP an entry, but they already sustained massive losses. friberg is bleeding out right now. Get Right does take down Neo, as we do see Taz come in from the top, slowly edging onto the angles. Quickly going to have to back away once again, wait for some teammates to come into play right now. So this is very dangerous, and they are very low on grenades. It's just Snax who has grenades, and Snax is the one who's very far away. One flash would go a long way here for Virtus, as we see Taz finally getting the kill onto Xizt, but the time is running low. In comes byali onto the bomb boxes as Get Right lurks up on top. going to dismantle Taz, dismantle snax, and spray through the smoke for the triple. And that's the round there for NiP. Was Get Right. I mean, he always comes in at the right, like bang on the right moment to bring out the play.
Yeah, that's great play there once again from Get Right. Just never anywhere until he suddenly appears. So we can see the Virtus Pro economy is in a very awkward position where if they, well, do they force it or do they eco and play for overtime? They have a difficult decision to make here. They can go for a FAMAS spy, but they'll be quite lacking in nades. Won't have the range they otherwise might have to take over swathes of the map with the AWP, as you saw the pick and then the leg from pasha with the AWP in the previous round. I mean, they still will be able to take over mid, but again, the information gathering from Fifflaren in that previous round may have slowed down the NiP push on sites, which may have otherwise got them into a lot more trouble. But it did end up with only one NiP player. Basically, it was the clutch from Get Right that won in the round anyway. So.
Yeah, I mean, I swear, whenever I watch his POV, it just looks like he's some kind of predator. Do you know what I mean? I'm trying to think of like what would be a great name for Get Right, because he looks like this predator. He's always like stalking prey. That like you know, he's so deadly. He moves so silently. Just, you know, retracted the claws and is like moving through the brush, and his prey never knows he's there, and he strikes, and then everyone dies. He just looks like that so much of the time.
He's like a lurk in natural selection. Ever played natural selection?
Yeah, I have actually. Yeah.
I was always I like playing the Onos. Big elephant thing, just go around and eat people.
Isn't that what you get like when you have the most evolution points or something?
Yeah, I'm a beast. I'm always got them.
That game was pretty cool. I didn't play the second one though. Did you? Was it any good?
I bought it because I'm really hype about it, and I loved playing that game. But Counter-Strike just takes up too much of my time. I'm too busy knifing people on Surf Deathmatch to play Natural Selection 2. Unfortunately.
All right, so we're back into the match. 14-12 to score. NiP. They are looking great right now, and
we have got the Force Spy here for Virtus Pro, including a Mag 7 for Neo, who is we're in a chat. Whoops. Who's going to be playing the close quarters towards B, and we've got the aggressive position here, but it's not going to pay off. It's going to be a 1-for-1 trade, which is going to be in the advantage of NiP, because it's going to have to stretch Virtus Pro, and Taz has only got 5 HP remaining, which could put Virtus Pro in some trouble later on in this round as NiP decide on what they want to do.
Yeah, I think that's the big thing. I mean, they're trying to figure it out right now. They're actually rotating Get Right back from B, and likely they're going to do the 3A and then have Get Right come up through mid play, or just lurking in mid there. That's most likely what's going to happen. We're slowly seeing them move through short, and this could work really well. Oh my goodness, the grenade does just insta-gib Taz right there on the spot, and in comes the rotation now from Virtus Pro. NiP are slow to make their way in, but they will get that side regardless. Virtus Pro behind the smokes and the flashes, and NiP with a very nice after plant setup. What are Virtus to do now? They're looking like they're going to go to a match point NiP situation. They got a mag, got an M4 and snax. They're not winning this round. They got to go save those weapons. Where do they find the edge against NiP?
They have to play for overtime now, but look at the money. They've got hundreds of dollars. I mean, with that kind of balance, they'd get kicked off a roulette table in Vegas. Like, they've really got no money in the bank. So this is going to be a miracle if they come back from this. But we've seen what Virtus Pro are capable of on eco rounds, and this is their map as well.
That was daylight robbery right there. Neo deserved that mag kill.
He did get a shot off as well.
It was right on the guy's head. I'm sad about that. But we're going to see now the match point in for NiP against Virtus Pro. A very strong match from them. And we're going to see now what they are up to. It looks like they do have quite the movement towards B. Not splitting anybody off towards events just yet. And actually, Neo going to have to fall back there. He's pretty much on the lonesome. And we do have the scout on pasha too. I don't know if you slowly make their way towards B. This might just be a plain and simple B hit, as Neo does take down Get Right already, and that should cue the rotation for at least one player. Neo going to find another one, and there it is, the rotation coming in full swing for Virtus Pro, as NiP are going to get that bomb planted. 3 versus 4. very doable for them, but they are low on grenades. Just 1 Molotov and 4 flashes for them to defend with, as Virtus Pro move in with very limited grenades as well. Good explosion there onto friberg, but it's not going to be quite enough. And we're going to have ourselves a situation where the time is running low. Faro saving that Molotov to the last second. There it goes. That's going to help massively, funneling them through at one spot. Forrest just going to lay down the fire, does take the kill, and we're going to see a situation that byali just cannot possibly win. And he's going to get the kill, but there's just no time. And it was a